All right, friends. More of Byron Donalds. Being Byron Donalds, just shameful, misleading, and dangerous. Let's take a look at it.
Issue of the search warrant for the search of former President Trump's Mar-a-Lago property.
Yeah.
And it authorized the use of deadly force for the FBI agents, standard boilerplate language. But you and others have described it as an assassination attempt on the former president. That's just not true. Why would you say something like that?
Well, first of all, my view of it is very simple. You have the FBI going in to do this raid on Mar-a-Lago. This is not like any other raid that they would do. FBI agents who did that raid did not want to do it. They didn't think it was necessary. And this is all politically motivated at the end because Merrick Garland wanted that to happen. Merrick Garland wanted the scenes, which your network did cover, of going into Mar-a-Lago.
Congressman, with all due respect, the language for the search is standard operating procedure for every operation of that kind that the FBI does. They did the same thing when they searched Joe Biden's house.
Yes, but I would say
so how is that weaponizing?
Well, what I would say when they searched
Joe Biden weaponizing
when
the
they
DOJ
searched
against
Joe
himself?
Biden's house, there weren't all the networks, from my recollection, with helicopters flying over the beach house in Rehoboth Beach, going to find the classified documents in his garage that he took when he was the vice president and when he was the United States senator, which, by the way, is a violation of the Espionage
Congressman,
Act.
I'm talking about
They didn't do that.
I'm talking about
They didn't
this
politicize
conspiracy theory.
They didn't politicize
Congressman, I'm talking about the conspiracy theory that the FBI was trying to assassinate Trump.
Well, let's talk
Would you
about-
acknowledge that that is not true?
Well, let's talk about what's fact. Let's talk about what's fact.
Just a real simple question.
What's fact
is it true or false that the FBI was trying to assassinate Trump?
What's fact is that Joe Biden violated the Espionage Act. He did it with impunity.
I just want to know.
Robert Hur is not prosecuting
Congressman,
him
I just want to know that you are not responding to a very simple question about a conspiracy theory that you voiced.
What conspiracy theory?
That the FBI, by having on a document that they are authorized to use deadly force, was trying to harm or assassinate former President Trump. That is false. Will you acknowledge that?
Can I be very clear with you?
Sure.
I'm not sure what Merrick Garland is trying to do these days.
So the answer
because
is
it is
no.
clear that the
You
Department
won't
of Justice
acknowledge
is being
that's not
weaponized
true.
against Donald Trump. That is clear.
That's pretty extraordinary.
That they're weaponized against Donald Trump. That's not extraordinary. That's what's happening right now,
It's pretty extraordinary that when faced with really clear facts, very clear facts, it's pretty much black and white, you won't acknowledge it. I'm trying to understand why.
Abby, we just had this conversation.
Is it because
let's talk
the
about what
former
we're
president
witnessing.
himself has raised this conspiracy that you feel like you have to support?
I've not even talked to the president about this. You asked me a question about the FBI raid. I'm telling you, we are witnessing a weaponization of the Department of Justice against a political rival because Donald Trump had documents covered under the Presidential Records Act. They raided Mar-a-Lago.
I'm not litigating.
Joe Biden had documents, and there's no prosecution because he's a senile old man.
I'm not arguing with you
that's not even equal
the
justice.
validity of the charges. It's a simple question of whether the raid was carried out in a way that was standard operating procedure for the FBI. And as I'm sure you know, the Republican Party calls themselves a party of law and order.
Yes, of course.
The FBI, as law enforcement officers, they go and they execute search warrants every day under the threat of violence. And they have to have that language every single time to protect themselves. In this case, though, they coordinated with the president's lawyers. They coordinated with the Secret Service. Why would you insinuate that that was some kind of attempt at former President Trump's life?
Abby, I'm not making any insinuation.
It's very simple to just say that's not true.
The only thing I'm saying is that what we have witnessed is an uneven application of the law by the Department of Justice.
Florida Representative Byron Donalds has come under fire for promoting misleading claims regarding the FBI's search of former President Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago residence in August 2022. During a recent CNN interview, Donalds was confronted by anchor Abby Phillip by the unfounded conspiracy theory that the FBI intended to assassinate Trump during the search for classified documents. Donalds, a potential running mate for Trump in the 2024 election, evaded direct answers when pressed about the falsehoods. He suggested that the Department of Justice, under Attorney General Merrick Garland, was politicized against Trump, despite the lack of evidence supporting his claims. Phillip highlighted that the deadly force phrase in the search warrant was a standard inclusion in federal operations, not an indication of an assassination attempt. The controversy intensified as Donalds continued to assert that the search was politically motivated, citing media reports and speculation, but failing to provide concrete evidence. This stance has drawn criticism for perpetuating baseless claims and undermining public trust in law enforcement. Donalds' comments are part of a broader pattern of controversial behavior. He has previously been accused of omitting critical context in political hearings and has faced ethical complaints regarding his past. As the debate over the FBI's actions and the politicization of law enforcement continues, Donalds' role in spreading misinformation remains a contentious issue.